Caves can flood with great immediacy. There isn't necessarily a lead-up time where one can have this safe window of opportunity to see a gradual rise and know that they need to exit. Instead, it tends to be a wall of water that comes. And in this particular cave, a data logger was installed years ago that measured an 8.5-foot stream rise almost instantaneously. So this is the last place a person would want to be in the event of a rain. As cave explorers, we find it very important to document these places, and yet we're still very cautious about how we approach it. We watch the weather very closely, and in a cave like this, if there's any chance of rain, we oftentimes have to cancel the trip. In the case of the cave in Thailand, the kids have been fortunate to be in a warmer climate. That would not necessarily work out so well in this area. 58 degrees, not moving around, the hypothermia can set in fairly quickly, especially when one is wet, and most of the caves around here are fairly wet. Illinois Speleological Survey maintains a database of records of known caves in the state, and there are about 1,000 documented caves in the state of Illinois. Most of them are in southern Illinois, and the highest concentrations are found just east of St. Louis in St. Clair County and Monroe County. Monroe County, Illinois has about 383 documented caves. St. Clair County has a little under 100 documented caves. And then further to the south, Union County has a little over 100 documented caves. So let's go over a couple of basic measures that people can take in order to safely enter caves. Foremost is to be prepared. There are some basic rules with going into caves that are recommended by groups like the National Speleological Society. One is to always have 3 sources of light anytime you go with you. And ideally 2 of these should be able to mount to a helmet. For that matter, wearing helmets is an important step to cave safety. We typically recommend that people go into caves into groups of at least 4. This way, if somebody gets injured in a cave, there's somebody who can stay behind with the injured person, and 2 people can safely exit the cave to go and get help. Another important rule is to always tell somebody where you're going, what cave you're going to, where it's located, and when you expect to get out, and then make sure you check in with that person after you actually exit the cave. Most of the caves in Illinois are privately owned, and so it's very important for us to maintain good relationships with our landowners. So always asking for permission before entering into a cave. Contacting an organization like the Illinois Speleological Survey is one way of finding out. This is a way to get in contact with cavers. For those who are interested in caving and want to learn a little bit more, in urban areas like the St. Louis area, as well as in southern Illinois near Carbondale, there are organized caving groups called grottos. And these are chapters of the National Speleological Society. We always recommend that those interested in exploring caves reach out to organized cavers and learn from people who've been doing this for a while, hear some of their stories, learn about safe caving practices. The National Speleological Society is a great resource. Their website is www.caves.org, and there's an endless amount of information on how to cave safely, as well as contacts for regional caving groups, and you can get some insight into just why people do this.